We're going to have to struggle relentlessly to bring about some peace.
Hey, baby. It's Mom. Just checking on you. Making sure everything's okay. We know the world is kind of crazy right now, but we have to continue to walk in our faith, step by step. Make sure that you stay safe, your surroundings. Remember what we talked about. Remember the things that I've told you. Remember the things that I've taught you.
Boy, have your back in the house before the street lights come on. Don't be arguing with no police. Don't care if he's right or wrong. You let him read you your rights, then you hit me on that phone. I know you grown, taking control of your lives. They teaching you this shit ain't cool. I'm teaching you to survive. Don't care what you do, they ain't you, and you ain't no savage. And she's gonna walk through my door, but ain't raise your ass to be average. I told you back then, gotta do twice as much to get half of what they got now. Make sure your music not loud. Make sure your hoodie drop down. Make sure you keep your hands in plain sight, even at red light. Make sure you leading and never following after daylight. Make sure you on your P's and Q's. You was born with different rules. Gotta learn to stick and move. You don't get to pick and choose. Make sure you show respect if he ain't show when you jack. Make sure your phone is always charged. Make sure you hit me right back.
KBLA Talk 1580. The voice you're hearing right there is Miles Lowe. You think you know him. I think I know him. He is the production coordinator, board operator, and a lot of other things. MacGyver in residence around here at KBLA. But when he's not getting your favorite talk radio station on the air, he has a whole career as a rap artist. Miles Lowe, I know, started out freestyling, started out as a young battle rapper, and actually has a clip on YouTube that has gone incredibly viral from his early days in hip-hop, continues to help produce and MC different battle rap kinds of events, but now has 2 albums out and a couple of new singles that make me think he will have a 3rd album on the way. He hails from Las Vegas, Nevada. Miles Lowe, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Dominique. How are you today?
You're good. You're multitasking because you're still keeping us on the air, but you are my guest this hour.
Thank you. I appreciate that. How are you today?
I'm blessed, and I'm happy to talk with you. Like I was thinking about it, kind of preparing to talk to you today and thinking that I see you every day. I worked with you on the Michael Baisden show when you ran things for him. But I really don't know that. I've met your mom. I've been to one of your shows, but I really don't know that much about you.
Okay.
So what drew you into hip-hop? I mean, what was the thing, and when did you know you were going to pursue this? Because you're on YouTube. You're like, what, 14 or 13 in that
15
clip?
15 years old. I was a sophomore in high school. What got me into hip-hop? I think of the 2 spots being my mom's car and my dad's car. Seriously, that's really what got me into hip-hop. My dad got me into the lyricism side of things, got me into the Nas. He's from the East Coast, from New Jersey, so he got me into Nas. He got me into, Rakim early. Tribe Called Quest, Mos Def. But my mom got me into the neo soul side, but her hip hop was the West Coast hip hop, so she got me into the Snoops, the Daz, Corrupts, the Bay Area stuff going on, the Too Shorts, the Drew Downs, the Dominoes, so yeah, it was 2 different, very different. My parents weren't together, so it was 2 very different, cultures coming in at the same time to me. So that's what made me fall in love with hip hop.
That's interesting. I think I play all kinds of, older hip hop for my kid, and he doesn't listen to it. It's never drawn him into it. So you must have had, some affinity. But it also explains why you know all the songs. You know music, not just rap.
Right. Well, the thing is, my brother and my cousin, they used to rap as well. Not on a serious level, but I remember them rapping one time at my grandma's house. And then when I got his own equipment for the first time, and I saw you can actually create a song. And, I was hooked on making music from there. But music-wise, as a whole, I'm a radio kid. I grew up doing listening to radio in Las Vegas, a station called 88.1 that plays old school hip-hop and It was, what was it? It was Take Me Back Tuesday, where you would go back to the 80s, 90s, the late 80s, most of the 90s for hip-hop, early 2000s maybe as the years went on. They would have Classic Thursday where you play everything from the Dusties, from Little Richard on. We got all that. So
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's funny I left that out of your bio, even though that's where I met you through the Michael Basin show, and you were at that time you were on the air also locally there in Vegas. But you have your own kind of groove, and I don't even know how to categorize it. What would you call yourself? Where would you place yourself in the pantheon of hip-hop styles and personalities?
I was just talking with my mom about it this weekend, and she said a conscious rapper. But I think that's kind of limiting. I think I'm a storyteller. I think I'm a lyricist. I'm
laughing because that's your mom projecting conscious rapper.
Yeah.
Conscious, right? Like that's how she wants to see you, and you are conscious.
And I'll take that. I accept that. But I don't think that's where it ends for me. I don't think I think that's one part of what I do. I think I'm more of a story. Not every song is about consciousness. I don't come from everything being conscious around me. So some stories are dark. Some stories are braggadocious. Some stories are, are about love. Some stories aren't the most conscious. So I don't think conscious is the word I would describe myself as. But I do think I'm a storyteller. I think I'm a realist. I don't create a lot in my music. So I tell stories. A lot of the stories.
Well, you by create you mean you don't make stuff up. You're telling real stuff.
Right. I'm not imagining. I'm not imagining a lot of stuff. I'm coming with stuff that is that I've lived through, that I can directly tell you about, as opposed to create my own reality in my music. So
East Coast, West Coast, style.
Definitely more East Coast. But that's how I fell in love with the battle rap side of things. I fell in rap with the Cassidys and the battling on the street corners and 106 in Park kind of feel. So yeah, I think I'm definitely more East Coast influence lyrically.
Which is interesting because last time I checked, Las Vegas was right next door to California.
Well, California and LA especially, because that's what we're closer to. But California never really accepted Vegas as West Coast on the music scene. Never really did. And even though there's a lot of
interesting, I never thought about that.
There's a lot of Vegas is really West Coast lifestyle and West Coast influence, but they don't really accept it.
And it's full of people from Los Angeles who moved there trying to find a house they can afford to.
Exactly, or running away from LA because of whatever politics drew them out of here. So now they're kind of off the radar. So it's been a real stigma about Vegas hip hop.
We've talked a lot about what's going on in hip hop today, the challenges, the opportunities, the challenges. I want to talk about some of that when we come forward. We're talking with Miles Lowe. He's my guest on KBLA Talk 1580.
We may be LA's newest talk station, but when you're punching above your weight, it's not about whether you can throw a punch. Can you take a punch? We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. And we don't black down. KBLA Talk 1580 would like to thank all the businesses that tune into KBLA at work. We celebrate you, your calls to the station, and your overall support. To show our appreciation, we would like to treat your office to a lunch for 10, brought to you by K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering. Open the KBLA Talk 1580 app or log on to KBLA1580.com to be selected for our Office of the Week. We know you are just like our staff, putting in many smart, hard-working hours per week. We just want to say thank you, and we appreciate you. You and your staff deserve lunch on us. Enter your office to win lunch for 10 and be highlighted on KBLA Talk 1580 as our Office of the Week. Open the KBLA app or log on to KBLA 1580 to enter your office today to become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. Sponsored by K. Michelle's Kitchen Catering.com. Become the KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. This has been a KBLA Talk 1580 community call to action.
Sparkly and shiny and bold and bright. And this holiday season, Ulta Beauty has something for everyone on your list, even you. Because our kind of holiday is you having incredible must-haves, like the Dyson hairdryer and a new limited edition blue, shimmery palettes from Morphe and Tarte, plus fragrances from Ariana Grande and more. So roll in that holiday bliss. Head to your local Ulta Beauty or buy online and pick up in store. Ulta Beauty. The possibilities are beautiful.
It's pro time because at Lowe's, it's Provember. Save big with inventory you can count on, like Flex products or DeWalt power tools starting at just $99. Plus, Lowe's MVPs members earn up to 3 times bonus points per dollar on select items. Save all Provember long. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. MVP's Pro Rewards Program. Terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/L/Pro Loyalty terms. Subject to change. Prices valid from 10/17/22 to 2/3/23 or until supplies last.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DiPrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Let your melanin shine bright like a diamond. Woo! No one dirt up on your name, but I still see you shining. Hope I'm not too late, never had good time. Yeah, brother man from the motherlands out to the islands. We vibe, yeah. We vibe to the beat of our own drum. New generation of no drugs. No more student loan payments from 01. No more welfare mamas are so young. No more daddies not raising our own sons. No more doing for the gram, we grown up. No more cousins out killing our own blood. Ain't no more showing no love. Black is grown up. Let your melanin shine bright like a diamond.
KBLA Talk 1580. Yeah, still shining. Miles Low, that's his name. Don't take him for granted just because he's here every single day. His 2014 album is Bear With Me. 2018 album, Smoke and Mirrors. 2020, Make the World Feel Good. That's a lot of albums to be a youngin'. You're still a youngin'. Ain't hit 30 yet, and you got 3 albums under your belt and a few singles. Congratulations. We'll start with that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll say this. I don't feel like I'm as productive as I should be as a musician.
Right. I'm laughing because you're here every day at 6 in the morning, so you're pretty productive. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. You hold yourself to a certain standard.
Yeah, and I have a bad habit of comparing, myself to people I look up to or I aspire to be. And, what really influenced me as of late the last few months, I went to the Tupac exhibit that they had downtown. And, just to see the amount of creativeness that he produced.
Yeah.
From plays to movies to songs to pictures.
By a young
poetry.
age. By a very young age.
25.
Yeah, but Tupac never, held down the kind of responsibilities that you've held down at jobs either.
He also wasn't pushing 30 though.
Right. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. But he was never reporting, to a job every day and helping to launch a whole radio station, helping to keep the entire Basin organization afloat. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying we all have our own path,
right,
and we manage what we manage with our other responsibilities. How do you think you write every day?
And that's what I started doing after I went to the exhibit. You see me, I'm here every day writing, like raps every day, music every day. Even if it's just a verse, like I'm making sure that I'm producing something every day because I saw, something that's like, man, you got a lot of catching up to do. You're as talented as you may be, you still have a lot of work to do on the work side to be great like that.
Yeah, my mom and dad are both writers, and my mom used to say, "No day without a line. Got to get at least one in." I haven't followed her advice. But speaking of following Mama's advice, what was it? Last weekend, Nas got robbed, and they I guess they broke up his house, busted up his house pretty good. So he's celebrating his album release, and someone's breaking into his house. We've talked extensively about hip hop artists being murdered and all of the violence. It's not just in hip hop; it's in the whole country. But I'm sure for your family, it's kind of a scary time for you to be in this industry.
Yeah, but definitely the city. The city's kind of
as in Los Angeles,
as in LA right now. LA is really hot for, I guess what they're looking at as an easy lick. And a lot of A lot of hip hop artists are real. They're wearing their wealth on their neck, so of course, they're gonna come take it. So.
Well, yeah, I mean,
But
I
like
see
you said,
that the LA rappers don't wear chains. I'm thinking about Nipsey. He always had on a chain.
Right, but that was gang politics too. That was also.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, but on the other hand, I noticed. I mean, just in my observation of you, that because for whatever reason in this life, I've been around a lot of hip hop artists, a lot, and I noticed that you don't seem to have the kind of need to do what everybody else is doing. I don't know. Maybe I'm interpreting that wrong. But how do you craft your own, like your style, your swag, and all that in a time when we're in this kind of wave of violence in every job in every city?
I feel like I know myself. I know myself well enough to where I don't really have to. I think I did a good job of building my foundation off of what I wanted to build it off of. Because I started so young, I think. I built my foundation thus far off, music-wise, off of the talent, off the skill set, as opposed to the image, as opposed to, something that I'm not. And I wasn't raised that way, so it's not as if it's easy for me to. It's not like I'm trying to jump back into something I was raised. Like that'd be me trying to project something I'm really not.
Right, which a lot of artists do. I mean, R&B and hip hop, by the way. A lot of them do. They try to project an image that's hard or project an image that's super cool, wild, because that's, the same thing in rock and roll. It's part of celebrity, I guess, in a sense.
And I understand it, though, because it's 2022, and,
right.
In the social media world, that's how you get ahead. You got to use these things as tools. The problem is people fall into it as if that's the reality.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So, like if you were to date Kim Kardashian, it'd be really good for you. Oh. Whoa! Who else just said that and got in trouble for it? An actor. I can't think of his name. Is that just like preference, or is that a policy kind of thing?
As a black man, I don't think there's anything more beautiful than a black woman. I think the black woman is my partner. And that's kind of how I was raised too. So.
It was John Boyega who said that.
Okay.
From Star Wars, and a lot of people were mad about it. To me, that's his opinion. So, but I was surprised how much pushback he got for that.
Yeah, for your opinion these days. I said that before on one of my best friends. He's married to a white woman, and we spend a lot of our convos. He tries to not convince me to go outside of my race, but just. What would he say? Hey man, the love of your life may not be black. Like, she's not the love of my life then. You know what I mean? It's a choice. I think it's a choice. I think love is a choice. I think relationships are a choice.
Well, in Game of Thrones, the famous line is, "We don't choose who we love." But of course, the guy saying it was sleeping with his own sister. So, I think it's a choice too. I mean, I guess you never know who you could fall in love with, but there's certainly an element of choice.
Like, I'm pretty sure I could fall in love outside of my race, but that's not what I'm placing myself in. I'm not putting myself in that environment.
Right. So your first album came out. I'm venturing to guess you were in high school.
Which one are we talking? Bear With Me?
Yeah.
Bear With Me. That was actually, what was that, 2014-ish? Yeah, that was.
That's what it says.
I was actually 2 years out of high school.
Okay.
And with the battle rap, I didn't capitalize on it how I wish I should have. So I ended up actually getting taken advantage of on the YouTube side of things. And my will and want to really rap at that point was at an all-time low. Even though I went viral.
Yeah.
So this was kind of me getting back into it. And actually a week before I released that album, one of my best friends actually committed suicide.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that was a really, really weird time in my life. I just turned 20, I think, and that was wild.
So that's got to change your perspective on everything when someone that close to you takes their own life.
It more changed my perspective on how I treat people. And how I interact with people, and how I genuinely spend moments with people, as opposed to Like, be present, feel people.
Yeah.
Actually, don't just take what they're saying. Don't just communicate with somebody. Actually be there and share that moment with somebody. And I think that, with as close as me and my friend were, for me to not even see any signs and to be as caught by surprise like that, I kind of looked at myself different for a while.
It's really applicable to everything. Mm-hmm. It's the, couldn't get on the phone, but he said that you should say you prefer black women and don't say that that you don't date outside your race.
I don't.
At least until after you get your first Grammy, he said.
Hey, man, I'm not chasing that kind of stuff, though.
Right.
So, if that comes with it, then it's going to, if anything that comes my way is going to come, like I said about my foundation being what I want it to be. If anything comes my way, it's going to come because that was the path it was supposed to be on. So I'm not tripping off the Grammys. I'm not tripping off of the mega celebrity women, the big super mogul status. Like, that's cool and all, but that's not required for me.
Well, it's a good mindset to have being in LA, because I feel like it took me forever to realize this, but when you let the ball come to you, it seems to work out a little better than chasing.
Exactly. That's what I feel like that's where I'm at now. I'm attracting everything that's coming to my life. I'm not really chasing anything. So. And I like the fact that I'm in LA. I'm not really in the Hollywood side of things. I'm not in these other communities. I'm in LA.
You're in Leimert Park.
Yeah, Leimert Park,
USA. We'll go to Ronnie calling from Orange County. Good morning, Ronnie. Did you have a question or commentary for Mr. Miles Lowe?
I appreciate that, Dominique, and I definitely have a commentary. I actually have the Miles Lowe music I've been catching up on. And one thing that I like about to listen to Miles Lowe's music, it reminds me of what's my man that would say things that make you go,
I don't remember, but I know it was a song, yeah.
No, this was a talk show host.
Oh, sorry, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, point being is sometimes listening to Miles' music, he'll be gone maybe a verse or two past, and something he had said would hit me, and I would just go, I would like to add
apparently it was Arsenio Hall.
That's exactly the name it just escaped. Thank you. Perfect. I've spoken with Miles, and it's possible that a lot of people don't realize Miles does a lot of conversating on the boards and speaking with people. I've actually talked to Miles just when the radio station had gotten started, KBLA, and my wife's 45-year-old son was dealing with some gang politics. And Miles, I'm sure you can remember me being old school at 60-something. I didn't understand why the son needed to come stay and hide with us. So, I've called Miles from time to time and said, Miles, this is off radio conversation. And real quick, he would give me information. And I just wanted to just throw that out on the airwaves, He's a competent. And I'm sure for many, not just me.
Thank you, Ronnie, for sharing that. We've got news, traffic, and sports, and then more conversation. We are delving into the rap career of Miles Lowe Music on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Is now underway following an officer-involved shooting on Chicago's west side over the weekend. Here's Perry Williams.
Authorities say officers spotted a vehicle Saturday in the 600 block of North Central Park that escaped an earlier traffic stop.
The officers immediately exited their vehicle, at which time the driver of this vehicle exits with a gun in his hand.
After repeated orders to drop the weapon, an officer shot the offender, leaving them hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. Police took 5 people into custody.
Thanksgiving is right around the corner, and families are feeling the pinch at the grocery store. Rising prices could make it cheaper to dine out this year. That, according to Joe Monastero, the CEO of the Texas Restaurant Association. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Traffic trouble in Toluca Lake, the 134 westbound before Cahuenga Boulevard. You've got a crash blocking the carpool lane. You're stopped from Buena Vista Street. Boyle Heights, the 5 northbound at 4th Street. You've got a big rig crash taking up the center lane. You're jammed there from Eastern Avenue. Downtown LA, the 10 westbound at Maple. This is a signaler. The right lane is closed due to glass in lanes. You're stop and go from the 5-101 split. And on the 110 northbound after Adams, you've got a stall blocking the left lane. You're slow there from the
The holiday season is here, and if peace and quiet is at the top of your wish list, you'll love Casper's selection of mattresses. Save up to $800 online or at a participating store near you. Exclusions apply. See casper.com/promo.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
The Rams are now in last place in the NFC West after yesterday's home loss to Arizona. They also lost wide receiver Cooper Kupp in the fourth quarter with a serious ankle injury. Kupp is expected to miss a few games. The Chargers were scoreless in the second half last night at San Francisco. The lack of offense helped the 49ers hold on for a 6-point win. The Lakers snapped a 5-game losing streak. Anthony Davis had 37 points and 18 rebounds to help the Lakers beat Brooklyn by 13. USC is the only Pac-12 school in the top 10 of this week's AP college football rankings. The Trojans are 7th. Undefeated Jackson State, now 10-0, remains at number 5 in this week's Division I AA poll. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. This sports report was brought to you by MVP Accident Attorneys. When it comes to your settlement, we're a slam dunk. Call 833-MVP-WINS or check their website at themvp.com for a free case review.
You're the victim of a car accident. Between the rewarding settlement and striking out. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP-WINS for your free consultation. Call your MVP. One fight,
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
At Cedars-Sinai, we're honored to be named the #1 hospital in California, nation, and U.S. News and World Report's Best Hospitals Honor Roll. We're also proud to be named #1 in 6 specialties in Los Angeles. Thank you to our physicians, nurses, academic leaders, and thousands of other team members who bring their best to Cedars-Sinai every day. Learn more about our top-ranked care at cedars-sinai.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
Maisha Kyber here for JP Morgan Chase's Advancing Black Wealth Tour, where KBLA's very own Lynn Richardson was a keynote speaker. Here's what Lynn had to say when asked what the top 3 tips were for someone beginning their journey to financial freedom.
The first one would definitely absolutely be to write what it is that you want. The things that I wrote when I was broke, down, under the ground, didn't know how I was going to make it, are happening today. And they're actually bigger than I ever thought. The dreams that I had, it didn't seem possible, but I had the wherewithal to write it. Thoughts disentangle themselves when they pass through your fingertips. So when you see what it is that you want, it becomes more real. The second thing is to speak what you seek until you see what you say. Get rid of haters, naysayers, blockers, and crab barrel leg pullers. Don't get mad at them. Just detach and find your crew. And the third thing is to get all of those accounts that you need to save, to spend, and to pay your bills.
SBS per broadcast. Fewer microaggressions per megawatt. KBLA Talk 1580.
Couple drawers and toothpaste. I've been on my job, I ain't worried about due dates. Every day is a new place. And my phone on airplane mode, it's a new day. Hit me now before it's too late. I've been MIA, down in MIA, but I wanna get it all by Tuesday. On the roof cage, and it's back to reality. But if I ain't come back, who'll be mad at me? Cause I would only send texts to my family. Be like, sorry y'all, that's how it had to be. I mean, noising me up for the sassy beats. Record all day, then I'm at the beach. The lifestyle say I never have to leave, cause I got no limit like Master B. Come on, miles of riding miles where they want. 12,000 miles in a month. Take your problems right up on the blunt. Roll it up and light it, take a puff. Ash the home, watch it turn to dust. Find yourself higher than you was. Define yourself, find out what you does. Remind yourself exactly what it was. Little shit to keep you motivated. Small things make your mind go. Can't be afraid to make a change. And it can't be afraid of growth. And I think it's my turn to exit. 5 years left to the world assessment. I can't look back to return to death wish in case you ain't get my message. I'm packing my last few things in my suitcase. Xbox and my 2K. Cause I ain't finna play games with these no more, bro. Everybody here two-faced. And if I ever get lost when I'm off in my new place, pick me up on my shoelace. Warm up, little. It's a new race. Every day is a new day. What would you say? I used to run from the repo, man. One morning it was too late. So what you know about laying on the beach? Only thing that you eat was champagne and souffle. Everything that you ask for right here in front of you, my is you going or would you stay? So I'm packing my last few things in my suitcase. Put it all in my suitcase. Let's go.
KBLA Talk 1580. That's Miles Lowe over there. You can see him on YouTube. He's through the glass, but he's multitasking over here. You can find his music on Spotify. You can find it on YouTube, or just go to his Instagram page after you finish following KBLA 1580. Follow Miles Lowe Music, just like it sounds, Miles Lowe Music. Talk to me about that song. Talk to me about the songs you've played for us so far. We've heard 3 different cuts. Mm-hmm. Share something about, your process or your message or whatever you want to say about those songs.
That last track was called Leaving. I actually recorded that song when I first got hired by the Michael Baisden Show and I moved to Miami. And I didn't have any experience living outside of my hometown before, so that was a little anxiety song for me, and I think I kind of broke through with it on that one.
I love that song. I really like that song in particular. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That was off of the Smoke and Mirrors project. The first track I played was called Blackmail. First 2 tracks off a project I did most recently called Make the World Feel Good. So all my T-shirts that I sell at my shows, my merchandise says Make the World Feel Good. I think I make what's called feel good music. And yeah, Make the World Feel Good. I made that project I don't have too many passion projects, I realized. And that was my reaction to the whole George Floyd era. So I made that in that time frame.
That was 2020. 2020, you put that out, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The summer 2020, right around the time I turned, 26? I was 25 at the age Pac passed away. So I was kind of feeling a little philanthropic. My activist card kicked in a little bit, and I produced that project during the pandemic. So the first 2 were off of that one. The first one was called Blackmail. They had my mom in the beginning. As a voicemail she left to me having what we know as the talk. You have a young black son, so I know you've had the talk with your son.
Yeah, my talk is more like the running commentary, but yeah, because I feel like, one thing I noticed about you, Miles, you're a rap artist, and you're not corny, not at all. Right. Like, you definitely have swag, you got your style, but you're what the old folks would call just well raised. Like, you know how to treat people, you don't get caught up in stuff, and so it's like, I don't know. it's every mom's wish. You wish you could tell someone something once and that they would remember it.
Yeah, but it may not be everybody's wish because of the lifestyle I live, because of the people I was raised around, who my friends are, who you know what I mean, how you'll a lot of the time, a lot of my trouble wasn't because of stuff I did. It was because of people I was around, because of situations, because I'm popular, because people know me, because my face stands out, because my voice carries a lot. Oh, we saw Miles there.
And you're tall.
Yeah, you're tall. You're handsome. The ladies like you. Like you draw a lot of attention to you.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
You know, a lot of the talk came from my parents' perspective.
Right.
You know, it wasn't a, hey, you know, you're gonna do something stupid. Just watch the company you keep, watch your surroundings, be alert, be present.
No, I mean, what I meant by everyone's dream is that you would listen, whatever the reason for the issues. It's just that you would listen. It's not easy to listen. I don't know that I listened when I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was less of a listen per se, but more just I made my mind of what I didn't want to have happen.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know, I was probably more observant than I listened per se. So I was observing what I didn't want, and I didn't stray away from what I know I didn't want. But yeah, that was a song my mom's voicemail and my dad's voicemail actually. They were both a little concerned for me around that time. And the other song I played was called Diamond, also off the same project. I did with one of my homegirls back home named Jenna Lee. And you know, just more of the inspiring side of things. It can't be all dark, it can't be all sad. So just a little influence of you know, trying to motivate right there.
Yeah, you're getting some comments on my social media. People are loving your vibe and your music as well. So, you know, when you guys see me on YouTube, when you see me checking my phone, I'm either looking at a story or I'm usually looking at your commentary on the social medias. So, Miles, what's your ultimate career? You say you're not chasing those things. You know, you're not chasing Grammys and
I'm gonna win some though, but that's not the goal.
Okay. So what's the ultimate?
Ultimate goal is you know, to change the world. Like be one of, I don't know, throughout my first of all, we talk about radio. I've always worked for black media. Right. And you know, just I've seen how the community loves certain people. Mm-hmm. You know, and really champion certain people. People like Muhammad Ali.
People like Tavis Smiley for that matter. Yeah, people love Tavis.
Like Nipsey, like Tupac, right. You know what I mean, a bunch of people. So I feel like, you know, I can take that role. I can authentically fill those shoes because I'm not fake. I'm actually trained in what I do. I actually study the craft. I actually care about the people. I'm actually not afraid to come down to Lamert Park and walk down Crenshaw every day. Like you go where your people call you to be at. So I feel like that's the role I want to go into, and everything else is collateral is going to come as it may. You know, a lot of people, they aim for the Grammys and stuff like that and fall on all the other dreams that I have. So I feel like if I shoot for that, I can definitely fall on other people's dreams as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good way to look at it. If you talk about you know, goals, I know you also have some of your goals. I don't know if you want to talk about that right now, but some of it is about the community too, in terms of community organizing.
I definitely want to, you know, I want to teach the kids everything about music. I know that's something that I didn't get as a kid who I knew what I wanted to do at such an early age, and not having you know, a guru or a coach or a big homie to do more than just say, all right, yeah, you tight.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Stay out of trouble. Stick with it. You know what I mean? To not have any real concrete, you know, organization to kind of help with that. I really want to start something like that. I definitely want to, you know, reinvent the YMCA. You know what I mean? Have like a real safe haven for kids to come and create that.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, something like that. I don't know, I haven't pieced it all the way together yet, but it's definitely on my vision, on my dream board.
It's on the list.
And it's out in the world now, so y'all gotta hold me to it because it's definitely I don't say, and that's the thing too about doing this right now, Dominique, I don't say this kind of stuff out loud a lot. So to actually say it is like, yeah, okay, that's doable. You on the right track. So.
You good with saying it. You just don't usually say it.
Exactly.
Not a braggadocious type, but definitely somebody sitting in the cut planning. Producing. All of your music is produced by you, right?
By my team. I'm actually co-owner of a independent record label from Vegas called Full Circle Core Music Group. So me and a couple of my friends, we run that. And so yes, it's produced by us in-house for the most part. But I am open and looking for production teams while I am out here in LA. I do want to expand my sound a little bit and network. Definitely network and tap in with the scene out here. So if anybody hears this and has any suggestions, feel free to hit me up on Instagram, Miles Low Music. Everything's Miles Low Music on social media, because I'm definitely looking for production, looking for studio homes, looking to, come freestyle on the internet shows. Like I'm of the people and I'm of the community. I'm not one of these guys that is gonna come in and bounce. Like I really want to tap in and get some roots out here.
Yeah, we're talking to Miles Low. I want to talk when we come forward. I want to talk about that live band and that independent label and all the music things. When we continue on KBLA. Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
Governor Newsom not supporting making kindergarten mandatory. Maisha Cairo here. It's your K-Black Minute News. The office of Governor Gavin Newsom released a list of bills from the current legislative session that he both signed and among the bills vetoed was Senate Bill 70, which would have made attending 1 year of kindergarten mandatory beginning the 2024 to 2025 school year. Existing California law does not require children to attend school until they are 6 years old, the age that children typically begin first grade. Kindergarten is reported to help level the playing field for children who are less likely to receive high-quality child care or preschool. Parents and community members, what are your thoughts on all this? I'd like to know. Tweet us at KBLA 1580 #KBlackMinute with your thoughts.
Health is Wealth and Medicare and Covered California's open enrollment for medical insurance is here. RHJ Insurance Agency can help you find affordable rates and the plan that's just right for you and your family. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote. Don't leave your health to chance. Open enrollment is here and affordable coverage is just a phone call away. Call 562-204-6120 for your free quote and get the coverage you need. Go to www.rhjins.com.
The Los Angeles Urban League helps African American and others in underserved communities achieve true social civil rights. For over 100 years, Los Angeles Urban League has ensured our communities have access to careers with living wages, opportunities to start and grow businesses, and clear pathways to personal and professional growth. Programs like BizCamp, Construction Career Academy, Spa Business Ready, and B-Warp. The Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program are examples of the ongoing events designed to make our centennial mission to rebuild Black Wall Street right here in LA a reality. To sign up for our newsletter or to support the Los Angeles Urban League with your time, talents, and donations, visit laul.org. That's laul.org. The Los Angeles Urban League is a proud sponsor of Urban Family Focus, Saturdays at 7 a.m. on KBLA Talk 1580.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens Find Direct's coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
Where hate loses and love wins.
My spirit saying keep the faith. My lyrics say give them hell. My fear saying I need a break. The foot I put on neck saying keep the pace. Smile say I'm good, but stomach say I ain't eating days. Mom saying dream bigger, son, you need a lake. Pop saying, save your penny, son, you need a place. My friends saying, keep it pimpin' blood, you need a race. My fam starting this tradition now with being safe. My ex picking now to tell me how she want a space. She be stressed if I ain't text her every couple days. She ain't stressful, ain't no pressure when you run the game. Another extra in my section when I'm over Dre's. Talk to me nicely, walk through is pricey. Till my mom's in the hills and Lil run them icy. Jesus' hand on the wheel, it feels like a vice grip. If I ain't give you the chills, I feel there's alright this. My brother wears heart on his sleeve. His only motivation now is loving to see. We at Cuzzo graduation, manifesting our dreams. If I write the homie lock, we should have played in the league. Man, it's hard being the woke. The only one scoring get ball to me when I'm open. They guarding me and I'm stroking from hard and deep in the ocean. This dream take cuts hot arteries and devotions. Swear to God, yo, count up my bad days, count back my pathways. Cause sometimes my pride just won't leave me alone. Cause home don't even feel like how we used to feel, dog. Real father time just won't leave me alone. Come on. Shorty got your seed now, daddy put the streets down. But meanwhile, my side chicks won't leave me alone. Let's go. Someone keep it real with me, follow up and build. Yeah. The seal down the vibe.
KBLA Talk 1580, that's the one we like to play around here all the time, the latest single, right? That's the latest single, right?
Yes,
AFC
ma'am.
North.
Yes, ma'am.
AFC North for where you come from, Las Vegas. You want to say anything about the song? We hear it, I play it, but let's hear what you have to say about it.
Man, my record label, my crew, Full Circle, the almighty Full Circle AFC, representing North Las Vegas. We are the impeccable AFC North division. Shout out to us. It's a football reference, you know. Little fun name on the title. I didn't want to be too serious on that one, but yeah.
And you have a band. I mean, I've seen you live. It's a whole band.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just a track or a turntablist.
You know, my crew, my producer, he started off as in a band, doing marching band in school, playing instruments for the church. So, you know, we come from a musical background, everybody that I kick it and make music with. So, when we started touring and started doing live shows, we thought it'd be a great idea to interpolate and integrate live instruments with it. So, and that's kind of been our go-to for the last few. Right before the pandemic, we started really heating up with doing the live shows. And you know, like I said, some people have social media, some people have, you know, hit records. We got a amazing show that we put on. Yeah, it really is a good show. And you have a lot of stage presence. Thank you. I mean, you know, you're kind of more quiet, laid back, you know, around the radio station. But when you get on the stage, you know, obviously something you like to do. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's my pulpit. That's where I get up there and really get to preach at, is on stage. So yeah, I don't think it brings out a different side of me, because I think I'm definitely more laid back and reserved here on the clock. But I think that's kind of me in general, as you know, over the top energetic person. So. Yeah, no, it doesn't seem like a whole different person. It's just amplified. Right. It's like, you know, yeah. And I definitely suggest that they come and see if you get a chance. You do a lot of hip hop and poetry. What's that about? So hip hop and poetry is a showcase that we, a guy who we started working with back in Vegas. So we've been going around doing a lot of traveling with the hip hop and poetry circuit. So we went to New York. We were in Manhattan. Had a show there in August. We did Phoenix, Arizona last month. We did Denver, Colorado. We got down to San Diego. I wasn't able to do the LA show, but we had an LA show a couple weeks ago. Where else? We've been to the Bay Area, Seattle. You know, trying to take it further than that, but definitely shout out to the hip hop and poetry community, and you know, it goes back to tapping in with the roots of who's going to support you. Not everything has to be shooting for Madison Square Garden and shooting for Kendrick Lamar's crowd. Like, no, hit the people that come out and want to, you know, listen to the craft a little bit. Yeah, give love back to the people that love you. Exactly. Continuing our conversation with Miles Lowe. Miles Lowe Music is where you can find him on IG on KBLA Talk 1580.
We don't try to be all things to all people. We just remain true to who we are. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, reminding you when we fight, we win. Asian Americans Advancing Justice is the nation's largest legal and civil rights organization for Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. Founded in 1980.
American Legal Center, Advancing Justice LA serves more than 15,000 individuals and organizations every year. Their mission is to advocate for civil rights, provide legal services and education, and build coalitions to positively influence and impact Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders, and to create a more equitable and harmonious society. To volunteer, make a donation, or seek assistance, visit advancingjustice-la.org. That's advancingjustice-la.org. Or call 888-349-9695. 888-349-9695. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Finding the right Medicare plan? Oof, no easy feat. Kind of like those dances my granddaughter loves making me do. But then I found Walgreens Find Direct's coverage. Lets you compare plans online, over the phone, or in person. Made Medicare shopping so easy. Plus, I found plans with low-cost copays. I can get down with that. When you need to talk Medicare, Walgreens is here. Start shopping today at walgreens.com/Medicare.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique.
Right now. Okay, I wasn't sure if we were going to hear another song, but we got days and days for that. Miles Lowe is guest this morning. Miles Lowe Music is where you can find him, even on YouTube, where I'm talking to you right now. And I actually met Miles at the Michael Basin show, and I really requested that he come here to KBLA, and Tavis agreed, and I'm just so thankful for your partnership and your style, your creative style, which is always creative, but real low-key. Mm-hmm. Much appreciation for you and all the work that you do here, and your music as well.
Well, nope, stop, nope. Thank you for the opportunity, Dominique, because a lot of people wouldn't know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Dominique connection. So it another person that, when you're genuine, you attract genuine people. When you're other people, you attract other people. And I do thank you for everything you do as well, Dominique. And it's an honor and a pleasure to work with a master like yourself.
Oh, thank you for saying so. It makes my life a lot easier having a great partner in the morning every day. And V. Atkins says, you can tell he's well-schooled and has an old soul. Amazing artist and brother. That's from IG. There's a bunch of other similar comments. But you know the clock better than any of us. You're over here cueing me while you're being interviewed. What do you want to leave us with this morning?
I just want to leave everybody with my Instagram, man. I want everybody to know my name is Miles Lowe. I represent North Las Vegas. You can follow me at Miles Lowe Music. And I came to LA to set up shop, so it's not like I'm hiding or I'm in the background for no reason. I'm here building. So I appreciate LA and the love that I've gotten here so far. I appreciate everybody listening to KBLA because this is one of my babies as well, but we building here. So
we love KBLA.
I just appreciate everybody that really supports and keeps hip hop alive. And hip hop is not dead. Hip hop is not what they're portraying it to be. And I'm here to throw my hat in the ring and get in the fight.
Absolutely. And can we get the merch? I have my Make the World Feel Good shirt.
Yeah, so we're re-upping the merch. The merch will be available at mileslowmusic.com, but we are still developing the website and as well as a good shipping process. So I don't want to lead anybody astray, but right now the best way to do it, if you want to support, just tap in with the music. Tap in on Miles Lowe Music on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter for however long. I don't know how long I've been on Twitter for too long.
Right. But Spotify, you're on Spotify,
Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube, anywhere you listen to music at, you can find me there. So just support however you can, but definitely follow me, stay in touch with me, talk to me. I talk back, and we here at KBLA every day. So
that's right.
Stick around here.
Holding it down at KBLA. Miles, thank you so much. It's fun to talk to you.
Thank you, Dominique. I appreciate this. Really do.
Miles Lowe Music. This one's one for the history books. I'm a B saying I told you so. I already know this. It's time to pass my to Tavis Smiley. He's got an amazing show on deck for you like he always does. Don't forget to tap in with me on all the social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter while it lasts, YouTube. I'm at DiPrima Radio on all those places. We are at KBLA 1580 on all those places. Please like, follow, subscribe. It does make a difference. My YouTube is Dominique B. DiPrima. The B is for Baraka. History is now, and we are making it together. Until tomorrow, be well. One love.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.